From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Wednesday, October 25th, 2023.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. October is the key month in the student loan restart. After 3.5 years of not having to make any payments, student loan borrowers face a bill in October. As expected, though, this massive restart has had its glitches. About 305,000 borrowers likely received the wrong payment information, according to the latest figures from the U.S. Department of Education. In some cases, borrowers were told they owe more each month than they actually do. By now, many loan servicers say most mistakes have been fixed. Borrowers aren't going to be penalized or forced to make the wrong payments. Best bet? Check your billing statements as well as your records to make sure that you're dealing with the right amount. In addition, a previously announced on-ramp program will provide borrowers a transition so that they will not be harmed if they miss a payment during the restart. As a nod, perhaps to the reality that there would be some glitches, a temporary on-ramp was put into place to run from October through September 30, 2024. During this time, no action will be taken that could result in declaring a loan in default or otherwise hurt a borrower's credit.
I'm Sue Solaski, Detroit Free Press food writer. Production of Sanders Bumpy Cakes is experiencing a major disruption in inventory. When a Livonia bakery announced its production facility would close for good, that meant production of Sanders Bumpy Cakes would stop. Minnie Marie Bakeries was a commercial contract bakery in Livonia where it produced several baked goods for others, including the Sanders Bumpy Cake. The iconic cakes with the bumps of buttercream were created by Sanders founder Fred Sanders more than 120 years ago. Sanders' parent company, Second Nature Brands, is now in search of a new partner to produce the Bumpy Cakes. But inventory of the beloved Bumpy Cake will likely be depleted by year's end, the company says. Second Nature Brands CEO says that the bakery's closing was unexpected, and they are disappointed and heartbroken to have a supply disruption at this point in time. Bumpy Cakes are loved for their distinguished bumps of buttercream on top of the cake. Varieties include chocolate bumpy cake, vanilla buttercream, and a carrot cake version with cream cheese icing.
Detroit basketball. I'm Andrew Burkle with the Free Press Sports Department. And tonight, the Detroit Pistons will return to the hardwood, looking to put last year's historically bad season in the rearview mirror. The NBA season is officially underway after the Lakers and Nuggets kicked things off last night. The Pistons will join most of the other teams in the league in starting their season on Wednesday. It won't be an easy first test for the Pistons. The first game on the schedule was a trip to Miami to face the Heat, who made an epic run to last year's NBA Finals. The Pistons will be an interesting team to follow this season because there's a huge gap in how things could reasonably play out. In the best case scenario, could Cade Cunningham return to the floor and look like a total star? Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren take the next step? Czar Thompson look like a home run draft pick, and some of the swing veterans they took a chance on pan out? Sure, that seems plausible, and maybe the Pistons could even fight for a spot in the play-in and return to the postseason. But could the total opposite happen as well? Cade struggles to stay healthy, the lack of shooting and experience backfires, and too many big guys with not enough minutes to go around all leads to another bottom 5 record? That seems quite possible too. That's why this Pistons season is so intriguing. It could really go in so many different directions. But make no mistake, every single person who calls themselves a Pistons fan should be dying to see Cade Cunningham back at full strength playing professional basketball. This is a guy who ripped up the USA basketball team this summer and was compared to Luka Doncic by Warriors and Team USA head coach Steve Kerr. That's high praise from a guy who's had a little bit of success you may have heard about. So when the game on Wednesday night arrives, sit back and enjoy it. This isn't a team who's going to tank out of the gates. There is no Victor Wembanyama in this draft. So expect the Pistons to be competitive. And as long as you aren't expecting a title contender, there should be plenty to be excited about with this team.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.